Okay. Hello viewers, this is Said from Saliha's Gallery. So far we were uploading only the cooking related videos, and today we have uploaded a awareness video, and that too it is about digital wallet scams. Okay, in this presentation I am going to explain you about digital wallet plus the scams around it. So before I run you out the definition of the digital wallet, let me tell you what is digital wallet quickly by telling you some familiar digital wallet apps. It is Paytm, PhonePe, GPay, Amazon, and Airtel Money, and so on. There are so many around. Okay, but in the very recent days, so many scams are happening around this, and I would like to highlight this to you so that it never happens again, at least by this, by the way which I am going to tell you. Right? Let us get into the presentation without wasting any time. Right? The topics that I'm going to cover today is digital wallet scam, who are the target audience, QR code, how the payment works, real incidents, and how they fool us. Never ever do this, and precautions. Digital wallet scam. Wallet, it's a familiar word, right? What is wallet? Wallet is something whenever we go out we carry some money or some essential items like license, maybe some other things which is very important for us to carry out, right? So those are called as wallets. And what is e-wallet then? This digital wallet, same thing when it is there in your mobile phone, the smartphone, as a application or as a service, they are called as digital wallet. Like you install Paytm in your mobile, GPay or PhonePe, and Amazon, whatever it is, right? That is called digital wallet. It is helping you to pay for things that you buy. That is the main use of this digital wallet. And what is the digital scam? When someone else gonna pull out the money from your wallet, and that is really called as a digital scam. And we are going to look out all the digital scams in this presentation. Are you ready? Let's go. Who are all the target audience? Novice, intermediate, expert. Novice is nothing but a beginner who doesn't know how to install the Paytm or GPay app in his mobile, who doesn't know to consume it, right? Which means every time he is going to seek help from others. So when a person is going to seek help from others, is definitely get fooled, right? That is the reason I have given him the score as 60. And who are this novice? Novice are the persons who are really used with the cash, and due to the current situation and most of the people would prefer this online transaction, he is forced to use this digital wallet, right? And the second one is the intermediate. Who is intermediate? Intermediate is the person who knows very well, installing this app in his mobile and to consume with some basic features, but he doesn't know the in and out of that application, and he is intermediate. Even he is at times fooled, and I have given him the score as 30. And the expert who knows in and out and he asks so many questions whenever the transaction happens, he is called as an expert, which have given him a rank as 10, a score. Very less, he is fooled very less. Okay, these are the three types of users, and and whatever the recommendation I am going to give at the last is definitely applicable for all these three users. QR code. What is QR code? Before we go into that payment module, how the payment works, let me explain you what is QR code. QR code, I don't want to run this definition out for you. because this is not going to help you out anywhere. Like if you are going to give some examination, then it is fine, you read this definition, but otherwise it is not going to help you out. It is a quick responsive code. You must have seen this picture, in the shops, or in the restaurants, or wherever you go, you must have seen, which means they are accepting the payment through the digital wallet. So when you scan, what happens from your mobile phone, when you scan this particular QR code through your digital wallet, the Paytm or GPay, what happens? It immediately directs you to the merchant portal, where all the data are filled, like the shopkeeper name and his account details and everything, but those are hidden. Only the shopkeeper name is visible for you, right? So you have to enter the amount, decide amount, and then you have to enter your pin, and that's it, your transaction over. So easy, right? So this is the main use of this QR code. And this QR code, as I said, you must have seen in the shops and restaurants, etc. They must have sticked this somewhere on the wall or glass doors, or as a small board in the billing section. Let's go to the next slide. How the payment works. Method 1, I had explained you about the QR code. Now the method 1, when you buy something from the shop, you use your mobile phone to open your Paytm or GPay, whatever app it is, and then you scan it and you enter the desired amount, and it is transferred to the shopkeeper's account. This is one way of paying through your digital wallet. What is the method 2? Method 2, sometimes what happens, the QR code which the shopkeeper has might be damaged, or your mobile phone lens might be damaged, or due to some reason you are unable to scan it. So in this situation, usually the shopkeeper tells you to use his mobile number to transfer the amount. So what we can do is, we can use this option to enter the mobile number, and you enter the desired amount and you pay it. That's it. This is another way. The third way I have not mentioned in this presentation, but let me tell you quickly. When you try to open your scanner, right, from your digital wallet, there is an option at the bottom, right? Let me try see if I can go to the previous one. There should be a option here in this, the below the QR code in the mobile, so where you will open the code. So this code can be given to the shopkeeper, and shopkeeper will pull the amount from your digital wallet. But still, whatever amount you enter, that is only he is going to pull it, right? That is the third way of payment. Now, real incidents that happened in my life. Like before 2 months, what happened, I was trying to sell a cart for a rupees of 7,500, right? The one which I have given here is just an example, and this cart is grabbed somewhere from the site. Okay, and I posted these details in the e-marketplace. What is e-marketplace? You have so many e-marketplace like OLX, you have Quicker. So I chose one of them, and I mentioned all the details over there about my cart and the price and everything, and given my phone number as well. The very next day, one person called me over the phone, and he said he is very much interested to buy the cart. First he bargained, and after that he is okay to buy the amount which I have quoted. And I asked him how he is going to pay it. He said he is going to share me some voucher which is in the QR code format, and I have never tried this before, and because I don't know, so I said, okay, send me that voucher, whatever it is, let me see. So he sent me the voucher, he sent me the voucher and to my WhatsApp number. And once I received that voucher, what I did, I looked at the DP of that person. So he seems to be like a person from military, and which gained the trust, right? Usually this happens, the human nature, right? So I don't know how to use this or redeem this voucher in the Paytm, but actually it is a QR code, it is not a voucher. So I said this to him, he said I will help you out, and he started helping me out. When somebody helps us, what happens, we will stop thinking and we will just follow the instructions whatever he is directing us, right? I did the same thing. He asked me to open the Paytm app, I opened it. He asked me to open the scanner, I opened the scanner, right? And he asked me to pull out the image. See, I have marked an arrow over here, right? When you click on this particular icon, it opens the image, that QR code from your gallery. This particular option has been removed later from the Paytm app due to the security reasons. Okay, and I have got the image now in the app. After that, when I look at that particular QR code, it also has a like message saying received amount 7,500, which is the amount that I quoted. Actually this guy has tagged this particular description along with the QR code, and most of them will think once you add, you have received this amount by looking at this description, but actually it is not. He is trying to fool you. And after that he said me like, you follow the instructions whatever it is. Then immediately it asked me the PIN number. By God's grace I didn't do that. I asked him so many questions, but what he did is like, he was not able to answer it. He said he has filled in the amount, now you cannot say, you cannot pay. So all those blah blah he was talking to me, but somehow like I found he is going to fool me. So I disconnected his call. Then that's it, the story is over. But what if I had entered the PIN, right? If I had entered the PIN, that's it, he must have disconnected the phone and the amount must have debited from my bank account. Look at the image over here. This is what exactly happened, right? The person on the right side who is directing us the instruction, means giving the instructions to the other person who is blindfolded, right? The blindfolded person, without like thinking, means without knowing what is the next step, right? He is just following his instruction. If he doesn't stop on the edge of that mountain, he is definitely going to fall, right? That is what going to happen, correct? So guys, we have to be very very careful, right? That's what I would like to emphasize here. So don't be like this blindfolded person. Keep asking questions. And this is the second technique which recently happened, right? One particular person been fooled, right? What happened in this particular technique? Same thing happened, whichever is happened to me, but there is one difference. When the person first time when he sent the QR code, right, what he did, he sent a dummy QR code without quoting any amount, right? This person tried to add to his Paytm, means he scanned it and he entered the PIN and he did everything, but nothing happened. Why? Because that person has not quoted anything. But on the back end, what he did, he transferred 510 rupees to this person's account to gain the trust. After receiving a credit message, the payer, what he said, I have received only 10 rupees from you. Now the payee said, okay, by mistake I sent you the wrong QR code. Now I am sending the correct QR code. So here is where he is going to fool him. So he sent the correct QR code with some higher amount. And this person did the same steps. He followed the same steps what he did before. I enter the PIN, everything, that's it, gone, right? This is the next technique they are following, means gaining the trust of the payee and then fool him. Okay, those are the two things in recent days they are doing it. And this topic which we are going to see is never ever do this in any given situation. Do not share or enter your pin or card details anywhere, or don't share with the pay, don't enter it anywhere, right? If you are going to receive the amount from the payer, why you should give your pin, why you should share your password, why you should share your OTP? Not necessary, right? Keep this basic thing in your mind, right? This is going to solve your entire problem. Whatever they try to fool you, whatever they try to do to fool you, remember this one thing: at any given cost, I should not share this details with them if I'm going to receive any amount from them. So this is a very basic and main thing that you have to remember. Precautions: do not link the digital wallet with bank unless it is really needed. Don't do that, right? So whenever we go out, what we usually do, we usually like take some amount from the ATM or maybe from the house, and we will keep it in the purse or wallet and we will go, right? This is what we usually do. Same way, whenever you would like to use your digital wallet, transfer some money from your bank account to the e-wallet, so that your bank account and your digital wallets are disconnected, right? So this will definitely help you in this situation whenever people try to fool you, right? Even if they try to fool you, you are going to lose only a very less amount. Sometimes the transaction may fail because the payer, the who is going to fool you, may quote some large amount and your wallet might have very less amount, right? So this situation, your digital wallet is going to cancel the transaction due to the less amount. So that is one thing. The next one is, when a person is going to transfer amount to your account, share your account details, share your phone number, share your UID. Don't share anything else. The last but not least is this cash. Use the cash option if you are not very much confident about the digital wallet. This is applicable for the novice user, but I would recommend the novice user to learn about the digital wallet so that he can use it properly. That's it, guys. These are the two things I would like to tell you, which really actually happened to me, and by God's grace I was not trapped. Okay, thank you viewers, thank you subscribers for watching this video, and please write your comments in case you would like to like us to upload any other video like this, or maybe some other video you would like to upload. Please comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, please support us. Thank you very much. Signing out for now. Bye bye.